my family every year exchanges gifts around the holidays, and this is my new gift. My grandparents got me this desk chair. This is like a real desk chair. This is where like adults get work done. Also, my mom said to me yesterday, she said, Kyle, you haven't posted on your YouTube channel in a while. What's going on? It's actually, it's kind of funny. Well, it's not actually funny, but I don't see anybody, obviously, right? Because we're in a pandemic, but my family and my friends really love my YouTube channel as a way to keep up with me and see me, because who wouldn't want to see me? So it's just funny when they're like, you haven't posted in a while, I haven't seen your videos, and then I feel like one of those YouTubers who's like, it's been really hard. I haven't been able to find time to film. I haven't actually been neglecting this YouTube channel. I've just been very busy trying to figure out how to be a semi-decent remote teacher in the times that we're living in. But regardless, I have some things I want to catch you up on. But first, breakfast, coffee, let's go. Well, hello. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, first of all, welcome. My name is Mr. Kyle Cohen. I'm a 4th grade teacher in Cleveland, Ohio, and I have been posting videos throughout this global health crisis that we are living in, giving updates on what my experience has been like teaching through this entire pandemic. I've been mostly doing this to just have a record for myself so I can look back on this time and hopefully look back on this time and be like, what was that? In hopefully, a year, 2, 3, where we're able to actually look back on this experience, see what we have come through, what we have been through, that has made us just even better educators. So if you are new here, make sure you hit that red subscription button down below so that you do not miss any future updates that are coming from me. If you have been following along on this journey, you would know that I started my school year off hybrid, and then we did that 100% in-person model, back to hybrid, back to everybody, and that went back and forth up until the week after Thanksgiving, where we then shifted to remote. So today is Monday, and we are about to start week 3 of remote learning. It's currently about 8:02 in the morning. My contract hours officially start at 8:30, and I have found that when I am working from home, this was something that was true for me back in the spring as well. It is so important that I stay true to my contract hours. My contract runs from 8:30 in the morning until 4 p.m., and that is when I am required to work. That's when I'm obligated to be actually working. And I have found that if I do not hold myself to those hours, I will just constantly do schoolwork. There is so much to grade, there is so much to prep, there is so much to plan for remote learning that if I don't set these boundaries for myself, I will sit at this desk, and now that we have the new desk chair going, I will sit here for so long and I will never stop, and that's obviously not healthy. That's obviously how burnout happens, and I want to avoid that, hopefully. So we are really holding ourselves to that 8:30 to 4, and we're filling that time. We are 100% maximizing that time to be as productive as possible. Now, for those of you who have been doing remote learning all year since March, you all deserve some sort of award. Like, honestly, I've been doing this now for 3 weeks, and I forgot how hard this is. It is so incredibly challenging to teach 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds online. It's really hard to know what they're mastering. It's really hard to have a firm understanding of who is doing their work, who is not, who has a family member helping them, who doesn't. Obviously, I'm able to understand some of that. We do exit tickets and checkpoints and assessments, and that's some helpful information. And we're working on Google Slides and Google Docs, so I'm able to see what they're working on live. But there is something about having students in your classroom in front of you where you can actually see them work that you can't replace that with this remote distance learning thing. However, at the same time, I was teaching in person during this pandemic, and I will tell you, honestly, it was getting really scary. We had such large amounts of staff and students and people in the county and in the community who were getting the virus, who were spreading the virus, and it was really scary. It felt like we were getting into this routine of each and every day I'd be getting an email from our superintendent telling us about more cases within the district, and it was getting really frightening. And I'm not one who gets really concerned about my health. I mean, I'm in my 20s, I'm extremely active, I take care of myself, I eat well, I sleep well, I do all of these things, so why am I going to be concerned about my health, right? No, like, this virus is so scary. It was getting really concerning to show up to work each and every day and not know if there are students in my classroom who have the virus and if they're spreading it, and if we're in a classroom together all day and I don't actually know if they have this virus or not. And it was getting really challenging to effectively teach with that just being the status quo. And I know that in person is the best place for students to be. Wholeheartedly, students belong in classrooms, but given the community spread going on right now and the fact that people are just neglecting the fact that we are in a pandemic, I think that the best place for our safety right now, given what I am experiencing in our community, is online. And this is definitely way harder. I do not like teaching students online. This is not my preference. I don't enjoy this. But we have to do what we have to do. If I need to teach students online because that's more safe, that's what we're gonna do. And the fact that there are all of these outliers who are ruining it for everybody else, that's the challenge that we're having here, and that's what's going to make the next few months so frustrating. This has been so exhausting, and I'm so ready for a 2-week winter break, but I'm keeping at the front of my mind that I'm doing this for my students, right? Like, they need me now more than ever, and it is so important that I show up for them, that I hold them accountable, that I'm expecting the best from them, and we're getting through it, and I'm seeing tremendous results. Students are mastering standards, we're moving through material, and although we are experiencing challenges, although it's hard for me to fully wrap my head around what students are grasping and what they're not, like, I'm getting a feel for it, I'm finding what works for my class and my students, and that's really all that I can be doing right now. Again, I have about 20 minutes until my contract hours officially start. With that being said, I want to get some emails out of the way and some other tasks out of the way, and then we're gonna get into the day. We have a full day of remote learning here, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride, so let's get into it. It is now my lunchtime. I'm going to go grab some food. This afternoon, I have some small groups with students and also some time allotted for office hours. I try to at least 3 times a week have a 1-hour block that I've just been calling office hours. This is a 1-hour drop-in for students. I'm logged into our Google Meet link, and students have the link as well. It's the same link that we use for all of our sessions, and they're able to pop on within that 1 hour and ask any questions that they might have. Now, this isn't a time to hang out. This isn't a time to socialize. We have structured breaks and lunch and other opportunities for students to just hang out, to talk, to hang out with me, to hang out with one another. But this office hour time is specifically geared towards students who have questions. So whether this is they don't understand what we learned in math, or they're confused about what's going on in reading, or they have a question about some of their independent work or homework, this is a really great chance for them to hop on. And I have found that this has been a really helpful tool for students who just could use a little bit of extra support. Now, I have not had the greatest attendance at my office hours time. I think students are just overwhelmed with the amount of screen time and don't want more Google Meets. Again, I'm putting this opportunity out there as a feeler. It's at the end of my workday anyway. I usually just am working on my one device, and on my other device I have the Google Meet up in case any students pop on, and it's the perfect end to the workday. I'm going to go eat some lunch, hop on some small groups, finish the day off with our office hours, and I will catch up with you at the end of the day. Well, that's a wrap. Another day of remote learning in the books. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. If you have not already done so, make sure you hit that red subscription button down below so that you do not miss out on any future videos here on this YouTube channel. If you have any comments or suggestions for some possible future videos, feel free to leave those ideas down in the comments below. I so appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.